Hello students, this is Kanupriya, PGT Geography. Here I am once again with my next video. This is my part 2nd on this chapter, which is chapter 7 of book 2, India, People and Economy. Chapter 7, Minerals and Energy Resources. In my previous video, we had discussed about minerals. We had studied that minerals are the naturally occurring substance of organic or inorganic origin having definite physical as well as chemical properties. Then we had discussed about the classification of minerals. Minerals have been classified into two types, that is metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Then we had discussed about the various characteristics of minerals. After that, we had studied the distribution of minerals in India. Minerals have been distributed in India in mainly three belts, that is the northeastern plateau region, the southwestern plateau region and the northwestern region. Then we had discussed about the distribution of minerals in the Himalayan belt. Moreover, we had discussed about the distribution of minerals in various states. How minerals are distributed in India over various states. These were the topics that we had discussed in the last video, and today we'll discuss the other topics of this particular chapter. So let's start them one by one. First topic is ferrous minerals. Ferrous minerals such as iron ore, manganese, chromite, etc. provide a strong base for the development of metallurgical industries. Our country is well placed in respect of ferrous minerals both in reserves and production. Firstly, we have to understand what are ferrous minerals. Ferrous minerals are those minerals which contain iron in them. For example, iron ore, manganese, etc. So let's discuss some of the ferrous minerals which are found in India in different places. So let's start. First one is iron ore. India is endowed with fairly abundant resources of iron ore. It has the largest reserve of iron ore in Asia. The two main ores of iron found in our country are hematite and magnetite. Iron ore has great demand in international market due to its superior quality. The iron ore mines, they mostly occur in close proximity to the coal fields in the northeastern plateau region of the country, which adds to their advantage. About 90% of the total reserves of iron ore is located in the states of Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Goa, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. So basically, iron ore plays a very important role for the number of metallurgical industries established in India. Iron ore has a great demand in the international market as well because of its superior quality. Iron ore is found in close proximity to the coal, which is found in the northeastern plateau region of the country. It is found that 90% of the iron ore reserves are located in some of the states like Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Goa, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. In Odisha, iron ore occurs in a series of hill ranges in Sundargarh, Mayurbhanj and Jhar. Similar hill ranges, Jharkhand has some of the oldest iron ore mines and most of the iron ore steel plants are located around them. Most of the important mines are Noamundi and Goa. This belt further extends to Durg, Dantewada and Beladila. Dali and Rajahara hills in Durg are the important mines of iron ore in the country. In Karnataka, we have iron ore deposits in Sandur Hospit area of Bellary district, Baba Budan Hills, Kudremukh in Chikmagalur district, and parts of Shimoga, Chitradurga, and Tumkaru districts. The districts of Chandrapur, Bandra, Ratnagiri in Maharashtra, Karimnagar, and Warangal districts of Telangana, Kurnool, Kuda, and Anantapur districts of Andhra Pradesh, Salem and Nilgiris districts of Tamil Nadu are other important mining regions. Goa has also emerged as an important producer of iron ore. So basically, in this, the different areas in which the iron ore mines are found in different states that are given to you. This is the things that you have to memorize, that you have to learn in order to locate them on the political map of India. And this is very important from exam point of view, because in your exam it will be given to you to locate these places on the political map of India. You can see the map of various minerals, which includes iron ore, manganese, copper, bauxite, mica, etc. In iron ore, we have Mayurbhanj, Sundargarh, Goa, Kendujar, Tumkur, Bellary, Chitradurga. Then we have Goa. Then we have Ratnagiri. So these are the places where iron ore fields or iron ore mines are found. So these places, you have to memorize it, you have to practice it, because if it will come into your exam, CBSE exams, then you will be able to locate it on the political map of India. Second ferrous mineral is manganese. Manganese is an important raw material for smelting of iron ore and also used for the manufacturing of ferroalloys. Odisha is the leading producer of manganese. Major mines in Odisha are located in the central part of the iron ore belt of India, particularly in Bonai, Kendujar, Sundargarh, Gangapur, Koraput, Kalahandi, Bolangir, etc. Then we have Karnataka, which is another major producer of manganese, which are located in Bellary, North Canara, Chikmagaluru, Shimoga, Chitradurga, Tumkur, etc. Maharashtra is also an important producer of manganese, which is mined in Nagpur, Bandra, and Ratnagiri districts. The disadvantage to these mines is that they are located far from steel plants. The manganese belt of Madhya Pradesh extends in a belt in Balagad, Chindwara, Nimar Mandla, and Jabua districts. Telangana, Goa, and Jharkhand are other minor producers of manganese. Basically, manganese is a very important raw material because it is helpful in the smelting of iron ore. It is added into the pig iron just to give it a little more strength so that it can be used for the making of the finished products. So this is manganese. Here you can see the map of manganese, that is distribution of manganese in India, where the red symbols are showing the places where manganese is found in India. We have Sundargarh, Sambalpur, Bolangir, Balaghat, Chindwara, Nagpur, Bandra. Then we have Kalahandi, Koraput, Vishakhapatnam, Guntur, Bellary, Durg, Shimoga, Uttar Kannada, Ratnagiri, etc. So basically these are the places where manganese is found in India. Now comes the non-ferrous minerals. Non-ferrous minerals are those metallic minerals which do not include or contain iron in them. India is poorly endowed with non-ferrous metallic minerals except bauxite. Bauxite is the ore which is used in the manufacturing of aluminium. Odisha is the largest producer of bauxite. Then we have Kalahandi and Sambalpur are the leading producers in Odisha. The other two areas which have been increasing their production are Bolangir and Koraput. The patlands of Jharkhand in Lohardaga have rich deposits. Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra are other major producers. We have Bhavnagar, Jamnagar in Gujarat, which have the major deposits of bauxite in India. Chhattisgarh has bauxite deposits in Amarkantak Plateau, while Katni, Jabalpur area and Balaghat in Madhya Pradesh have important deposits of bauxite. We have Kolaba, Thane, Ratnagiri, Satara, Pune and Kolhapur in Maharashtra, which are other important producers of bauxite. Then Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Goa are minor producers of bauxite. So this is all about bauxite and its distribution in India. Second non-ferrous metallic mineral is copper. Copper is an indispensable metal in the electrical industry for making wires, electric motors, transformers and generators. Copper is alloyable, malleable and ductile. Copper is also mixed with gold to provide strength to jewelry. The copper deposits mainly occur in Singhbhum district in Jharkhand, Balaghat district in Madhya Pradesh and Junjunu and Alwar district in Rajasthan. Minor producers of copper are Agni Gundala in Guntur district, Andhra Pradesh, Chitradurga and Hassan districts in Karnataka and South Arcot district in Tamil Nadu. So basically copper is used mostly in the electrical industry for making wires, electrical motors, transformers and generators. It is because of the fact that copper is malleable as well as ductile. Malleable is the property of the copper in which the metal or the copper can be converted into thin sheets, and ductility is basically the characteristic of any metal to be converted into thin wires. And because of these properties, copper is used mostly in the electrical industry. Moreover, copper is also mixed with gold to provide strength to jewelry. So this is all about the ferrous and non-ferrous minerals which are found in India. So today we had discussed about the various metallic minerals which includes ferrous as well as non-ferrous minerals. In the next video, we'll discuss about the rest of the topics of this chapter. So this is all for today. If you have any doubt, please come up with your doubts. Thank you so much.